And your name is?
My name is Gasper G. Raya.
And you're a U.S. Marine?
What?
You're a U.S. Marine? You're a Marine?
Yeah, I'm a Marine, yeah. I was Corporal of the Marine Corps, 1943.
My question, what war were you in?
Second World War.
Second World War as a U.S. Marine. And you were a gunner, am I right?
Yeah, a gunner. Yeah, I was not a gunner. I was just
Heavy anti-aircraft gun crew.
just anti-aircraft. That's all. Just in the crew.
My other question, what made you go into World War II?
What made me to? Because it was my duty to go into the war. That's why.
It was your duty.
And that was the only way that I could go into the service. If I could go into the Marine Corps, I didn't want to go anyplace else. I didn't want to go to the Army. I didn't want to go to the Navy or any place else. I just wanted to go to the Marine Corps because that's what I liked, and that's where I ended up, Marine Corps. I don't think I was going to make it, but I did. I'm still here.
Am I right? You're what, 97?
96.
96? You'll be 97 tomorrow?
I'll be 97 Friday.
Okay.
Friday the 10th.
What do you want to tell fellow veterans or the young generation, my generation, Generation X, about serving in the military?
Well, we should be, when we go in the military, is to be respectful to your officers and your people that are over you, and behave and act like a soldier. Act like a Marine.
Being a Marine has made you
Be a Marine, and always be a Marine.
What about the grandkids? Have you spoken to your grandkids?
Yeah, I spoke to my grandkids, and they know more or less what the Marine is, and they know how proud I am, and they like it, and I guess they're proud of me too.
Any questions? Have you added? What do you want to tell the raza is another part.
What?
The raza, our culture, the Hispanics, the razas.
Oh, that's to be proud to be in the Marine Corps. All the Marines should be proud of what they did and what the Marine Corps was all about. Be proud about it.
Can you take me back when you were there in, where was he?
Well, where were you, Dad, over there? Saipan, Mariana Islands? Where did you go?
Mariana Islands, yeah. Well, we were all over, you know. We were trying to find out where to land because we couldn't find a place to land. Since we couldn't go in with
It's okay, it's all right. You couldn't go in with what?
the
landing?
No. Well, we couldn't land with anybody because we already had our big guns, and we needed to have a place to land and set up our guns and all that. And we couldn't land with the divisions.
My other question is, I'm pretty sure you don't want to go back to that day, but I saw your pictures. You're the only Hispanic white guys.
Yeah, the only one. There was not very many Hispanics there. Mostly Italians and
Polish.
all other cultures, you know, but not very many Hispanics.
And when you left,
Very, very few Indians too, you know, not very many.
even my other question, were you, when you left to World War II, what city were you in? Brawley?
I was in Brawley, yeah.
So you left from Brawley to go.
I left Brawley to go to my examination, And then when they had my examination, from there they took us to Marine Corps base, and that's where I stayed there for. And then I came back home after about 3 years later.
And that was in 19...
I came back in 1946.
He went in, there was no Camp Pendleton.
Yeah.
There was no Camp
There was no Camp Pendleton, there was Camp Elliott.
Well, Camp Elliott was there in San Diego. San Diego, that's where I had my training for a machine gunner. That's where you go, after you come out of a boot camp. I went to Camp Elliott, and from there, you select what you want to be, you know. If you want to be what you want to be, a machine gunner, you want to be just a regular soldier, or a flamethrower, or whatever. But what I chose was the machine gun better, 30 caliber machine gun. That's what I trained for. But I was transferred after that. I was transferred to any aircraft. Which any aircraft was already had the crews and everything, and I was the last one in there. But I stayed there because they wanted me there. Why? I don't know.
What happened when you volunteered to go to Iwo Jima?
Or they won't let me go to Iwo Jima. Well, we were going to go over there with this this pilot that was putting in all his time, you know, flying to Iwo Jima, bombing Iwo Jima, you know. And we were going to hitch it was a Sunday, and me and this guy wanted to hitch a ride, you know, go over there and see how it looked and all that. And he told us that we could go if we wanted to, so he could, yeah, we want to go. So he went and brought in a couple more parachutes in case we needed them. But he was going to let us know how to put them on and all that. And I went. But then he told me and this guy, well, I'm going to go in for a briefing. Whenever I come out, we'll be ready to go. And then you guys can make up your mind whether you want to go or not. But one thing I'm going to tell you guys is that you guys want to go, we'll go. But if we ever, I'm not going to say that we're going to be, you know, knock us out of the air or something, have a crash or something. Then tomorrow is Monday. You're going to have your roll call and all that. You guys are not going to show up. Then they want to know what the hell happened to you two guys. And from then on, they kept looking for you two to see where you've been and all that. And then finally, if they don't find out where you guys been, you'll get a dishonorable discharge. And says you guys would, everybody that gets killed over there, you get $10,000, you know, a check from the government. This way, you're not going to get anything. Nobody's going to get anything. You're going to be a dishonorable discharge, and you're going to be a traitor to your country. That's what's going to happen. If we ever crash over there, I haven't crashed. I got so many miles already. As soon as I get back, I'm going to go for 2 weeks vacation in the States. Then I'll come back. But since I tell you this, it's up to you guys whether you want to go. He said, I'm going to go in for a briefing. When I come out, you give me an answer whether you guys want to go or not. Okay, me and this guy, we discussed it. I says, his name was Terleski. I said, Terleski, what do you think? Well, I don't know. He says, what do you think? You know what? I don't think we should go. No, let's forget it. Let's forget it. He's not saying that we're going to go there, he's going to get crashed right away or something. Then my family's going to be a dishonorable discharge family, and nobody's going to get any money and all that. So we decided we were going to go, so we just forget about it. So I guess when the captain came back, he didn't see us there anymore, you know, we just left there. But I think we made the right decision not to go.
So how old were you when you left?
We left here?
Yes.
19.
You were 19?
Yeah.
You told me 17.
Did any of your friends go with you? Nobody from Brawley? Nobody?
You mean for
From here, from your town? Nobody?
Yeah, the whole, the whole bus is going over there for
You
their.
told me you went with a friend and that he didn't pass his physical and he never.
Well, this other friend, I persuaded him not to because he wanted to go to Mexico. He wanted to. He was afraid. He didn't want to go. So I told him, I says, how come you don't want to go? Well, I don't. Not me. I want to go to Mexico. I got family over there. I'll stay over there. No, I'll go with you. So I had a deferment for 6 months, and I went in with him and I threw him a deferment there. And the lady said, "What do you want to do?" Well, I don't want the deferment. I want to go in there. I want to go with my friend here. So we both went, and he was afraid to go by himself, So I went with him and all that. And then after we got, we came out of the, out of our.
Physical exam or?
Yeah, after examinations, they told me, he says, you passed, you're in the Marine Corps now. He said, you're in the Marine now. Okay, thank you. Then I met my friend over there, and I told him, hey, what happened? No, I got 4F. He said, I'm not going to go in. He was 4F, and I went in the Marine Corps, and from then on, I never saw this guy anymore.
Wow. So, have you met anybody else from Brawley that's been in the war?
Oh yeah, I got a lot of friends who went to the war, went to Germany and all that. A whole bunch, the whole thing, all friends.
Well, I feel good.
Yeah.
You got a friend in the Battle of the Bulge?
All of my friends now are dead. They're my age. They're all dead now. I guess I'm the only one around here anymore.
Wow.
That makes me kind of sad, because I'm here by myself. I can go any place, but that's all right. I tell my sons here to put me in a home and I'll stay there, and you won't have to put up with me anymore. They don't want to.
No. You can't do that. So when did you meet your wife? You met her during high school? You met her?
No, I came back from the war. I saw her uptown and I fell in love with her.
Oh yeah, cool.
Yeah, all of a sudden like that,
Right here.
Yeah, there, right there.
Oh, cool. Were you a Marine when you got married, or?
I was already out.
Okay.
I've been out for about 6 months.
Yeah, okay.
6-7 months I was out of the Marines when I met her.
And after that, how many kids?
Yeah, we married for 72 years.
Wow.
17.
She died about a year ago.
A year ago this day. Did you have any PTSD, any shell shock?
But
Did you have any shell shock, PTSD?
no, I don't have that. No.
No, when you got out.
No. The only thing was hard of hearing, because of the bombs and all that, the cannon and all that, the shells and all that. That's all. Nothing else but that.
Tell about that one time that your sergeant or whatever, they threw a grenade at you and he got it?
No. Everybody just scattered around and that's it. They were just fooling around. This guy was just practicing and all that. He just threw the hand grenade like that. Got out of there. That's all. Well, they used to have those grenades, to go out there when they go to fishing and all that. Throw the grenade in the sea and you see the fish, they come up, with their concussion, they come up. And this guy had a hand grenade, and just threw the back like that. Man, we all scattered out of there.
And what year was that? 19?
That was 1946, before the war, yeah.
You guys were playing around, huh?
Yeah.
What about when you guys were taking the gold out of the Japanese teeth?
Oh, man, that was terrible. Maybe we were building our...
Gold mine?
building a thing for our gun, going out to sea, by the sea, filling up our sandbags, and some of the guys start, digging. They start digging out those big heads, because they had buried a lot of people. The Japanese, I think they were all Koreans, because they were digging all the heads, they're already dried up and all that. And they had teeth, over there. And some had gold teeth. They all had gold teeth, So one of the guys, hey, look at here, there's some gold. So they start taking out all the gold and put it in little bags, a whole bunch of guys, They had bags of teeth, Hey, you want something? No, not me. I don't want to fool around with them. Not me. So I didn't take any of them.
How about when you went into the caves and they had captured Marines with their heads cut off? And
Oh yeah, they wouldn't let me else go in there anymore. Yeah. They had them in there and they had them all cut up and all that inside the caves,
hanging upside down?
Yeah, upside down with nothing in here, just cut up and all that. They just
That's
left them in
Marines
there.
would do.
They told us not to go in there, but we did go in there, and what I saw was no good. So we didn't go in there anymore. But they, after a while, they had guys come in, take all the bodies out of there and bury them. But they had all torture in there.
Did you ever think about revenge? After seeing that, did you think about revenge, like for the POWs? Like, did you feel that anger towards?
Yeah, I always did. Yeah, but that's the reason I tell Frankie, I don't want to be, talking about this. Though I don't like it.
No.
Comes back to me again. Comes back to me again. When you see something like that, you don't want to remember that.
No, I understand.
But I don't know.
I just wanted a bit of your history so people could know what you went through,
Yeah.
your experience,
Yeah, but that's no good. Then we were on watch. And then all of a sudden, how the ships are out there, how they get their floodlights all around there to see what's in and what's out. And all of a sudden he came around and saw this guy coming in, in our lines, but this other guy that was here, that sentry, saw him go on like this and shot him, and then all of a sudden he blew up. And then in the morning we went out to see, he had blown all himself up with hand grenades and all that, the whole thing. And he was an officer, because right next to him was a big old saber knife, real pretty knife, big one. Then the sergeant came over, hey, he says, nobody gonna touch that sword. You leave that sword right, nobody touches it, just leave it there. And the commanding officer gonna come over and see what to do with it. And then when the commanding officer came over, he went over there, got the sword. It was a pretty sword, big one, it had little diamonds on it in the handle. It was an officer, that got blown up there, no head, everything was pieces, So he just took the saber, took it over with him, Real nice saber. Yeah.
Samurai sword? How about when you were a prisoner chaser?
Oh man, it's terrible, a prisoner chaser.
Chased down Marines that would go bad?
I was a prisoner chaser for about 2 months. That was in Hickenfield, when I was in Hickenfield.
No way.
Yeah, in Honolulu. When we first got there, we had to do something, so they put us to, take some of the prisoners out to work, So they gave me 15 guys to take out to, work on the fields, clean up the field. They had cane, but
These were Marines?
no, they're all kinds of Army, Navy, and they had this big prison there. They had all kinds of
Brig?
Yeah, the brig. Yeah, they had the Army, they had Navy, they had Marines there. They done bad things, They one of them killed the pastor's wife, raped her and all that. So he had them in there.
Crazy.
And when they first gave me my guys there to take out, the provost marshal came over and says, "You're going to take care of these guys." He says, "Remember," he says, "you take care of these guys. You take them out. Don't trust them. These are a bunch of animals." He says, "Don't trust them. Take them out and put them to work." And then he said, "Let me have your rifle." I gave him my rifle. Then he said, "Give me a clip." He took a clip out, filled it up, pushed that in there, And then he says, don't cock it till you guys leave here. Then you cock your rifle, that's it. Okay, you take him out to work, and if you can bring him back, and if you lose one of your prisoners, I'm going to smell your rifle. If I smell that you fire a shot, I'm going to take your rifle and bend you over and I'll blow your... He told us that at Provost Marshal, yeah. Remember, he says, this guy want to leave, they want to run, you shoot them to death here. They're no good. They're a bunch of animals anyway. If they have the chance, they take your rifle, they go do the same to you.
Wow.
So I didn't want to go, but what else could I do?
So when you came home, how was it feeling that everything was over?
Well,
When they let him here, he didn't wait for right, Dad? You didn't wait for the bus. You walked to Brawley.
what?
You didn't wait for the bus.
From San Diego? Well, we were going to, after discharge, well, it wasn't discharged yet. But when we came back, they took us to the Marine base. Then from the Marine base, we were there for about 2 weeks after the war. Well, he said, you guys got to go home for 2 weeks vacation. Then you guys got to come back on furlough, 2 weeks. You guys can leave now. It's 9:30. You guys can leave. Go ahead. So we took off. And I went over there to the bus, the Greyhound. The Greyhound was going to leave, it was 9:30. And the Greyhound was going to leave at 3 o'clock in the evening. So, heck, what am I going to do around here at 3 o'clock in the evening? I'm going to walk. So I walk all the way from San Diego to here.
You walk all the way to the valley? Wow.
Yeah. Part of the I walk all the way through El Cajon, all the way out to the city limits. That must have been about 15, 16 miles or 20 miles, something like that. Then from there, the old lady walked by and picked me up and gave me a few kisses and all that. Gave me a ride to Alpine. Then from there, I walked all the way. Then in Pine Valley, some girls picked me up and brought me over to El Centro.
Yeah.
You're in your uniform?
Yeah, my uniform, yeah. But I was going to wait over there. And,
No, it's a long way.
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Over here, I do some walking here every morning, I get tired. I remember I walked over there. And here, I walk over here 10, 12 times, and I get tired.
That was a long walk.
So in closing, what would you like to say?
Pardon?
In closing,
What do you want to tell the people?
what do you want to tell the
What do you
public?
tell the public?
Oh, public? Well, what can I say? Hopefully we don't get into something like this again.
Well, what you did say one time was that
No more wars, no more, keep peace, keep the peace. Enjoy your life and live a good life. And hope that I get a few more years out of this. I hope I get to be 100, and then after that, I don't know. 97 is a lot of years.
Yeah.
But you're healthy at 97.
Yeah, I thank God for that. I don't have any health issues. The only thing I have is my eyes are bad because of my genetics, and my hearing's a little bit bad too, because of what I went through, But outside of that, I feel good. Yeah.
What do you want to tell the people in Pure Valley or around the nation that's going to be seeing this video pretty soon? What do you want to tell those people to be go over this pandemic and all that? What do you want to tell people around the United States, in Pure Valley, that are listening to?
This pandemic?
Yeah.
To do what they tell you to do, what the doctors are telling you to do, and do the right thing, Get vaccinated. Get vaccinated. Use your mask. Wash your hands. Take care of yourself and take care of your family. That's all I can say. And then, from then on, whatever's going to come, we're not going to live forever, but at least do what the big men tell you to do. They're there because they know what they're doing. They're doctors, and do what they tell you to do. Do the right thing.
The last question you didn't have a chance to answer. How many kids do you have?
I mean, what?
How many kids do you have?
Kids? I had 4, but 2 are dead. And I have 2 alive right now. Frankie and Louie lives up in up north.
Up north.
Mm-hmm.
So you had 4 kids.
El Dorado Hill still lives over there.
Yeah, it's right there by River, Sacramento.
Yeah.
El Dorado Hills is nice over there, real nice.
Yeah, I lived in Sacramento for a year. I know that area.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. You had 4 kids, and you know, wife passed on. But I mean, thank you for your time.
Mm-hmm.
We went overtime, but we're fine.
I'm sorry I couldn't be any more brief than this because a lot of things I forget, you know. My mind is not there anymore, you know. I forget a lot of things, you know. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. No, we're fine. We got a good chunk. Any last questions for your dad?
No? That's just thing that I've heard, but I mean, he used to talk with David more about, they were both Marines.
This is not the only half of what I've been through and all that, you know, when I went in the Marine Corps, you know. But that's about all I can remember. Like right now, I remember a lot of other things, you know. When we first went in there, they put us in line, tried to make us, you know, march and all that. Forward. Some went forward, some went backwards, some went sideways, because we didn't know how to march.
No, I remember the closer. Thank you very much.
Okay.
So this is the